On September 25, 2017, Carmelo Anthony was finally traded from the Knicks after 7 disappointing seasons was done. Carmelo was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder in exchange for Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick, and this trade began a tough time for Melo's career. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the recent comeback of Carmelo Anthony. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. When Melo was traded to the Thunder, he was joining 2 other All-Stars in Russell Westbrook and Paul George, which formed a big 3 on the Thunder. Trading for Carmelo was Sam Presti's attempt at forming a big 3 that could possibly take down the Warriors, who added Kevin Durant the season prior. When asked about this season, Melo said, "I wasn't even the third option. I was the 4, 5, 6. Steven Adams was the third option." When he was brought to OKC, Melo wasn't even sure of his role on the team. He wasn't even sure whether he'd be starting or not, because according to him, nobody communicated anything to him. Melo ended up starting, and for the first time in his career, he averaged less than 20 points. Carmelo averaged 16.2 points, shooting 40% from the field and 35% from 3, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. To have an undefined role and to not even be the third option on this team, those are good numbers, and I feel that Melo did all he could to support the winning culture that the OKC front office wanted to create. That season ended in a disappointing upset for the Thunder. OKC lost in 6 games to a Jazz team that was led by a rookie Donovan Mitchell. For this series, Melo performed very poorly, averaging 11.8 points, shooting 37% from the field and 21% from 3, 5.7 rebounds, and 0.3 assists per game. The following offseason, Melo and the Thunder agreed to part ways based on how his game didn't truly fit and in order to save over $100 million in cap space due to Melo's large contract. OKC traded Melo to the Hawks in return for Dennis Schroeder, and the Hawks immediately bought out Melo's contract, making him an unrestricted free agent. In the 2018 offseason, Carmelo signed a 1-year, $2.4 million deal with the Houston Rockets in another attempt to win a championship. The Rockets adding Melo was an attempt to add more scoring in order to combat the offensive firepower of Golden State. For the first time in his career, Carmelo had truly humbled himself and took a role he had never taken before. Melo decided to come off the bench for the Rockets after starting all 1,054 games he played in his career, and it looked like this role would work for him in Houston. But after only playing 10 games for the Rockets, Melo was waived, even though he had done everything they asked of him. Mike D'Antoni's system made sure his players shot as many threes as possible, and everyone knows Melo's best basketball is played in the mid-range area. But still, Melo sacrificed his game for the betterment of the team. In those 10 games, Melo came off the bench 8 times and started twice, and he averaged 13.4 points, shooting 40% from the field and 32% from 3, 5.4 rebounds, and 0.5 assists per game. What confuses me about the Rockets essentially making Melo the scapegoat for their 4-6 start is that he literally adapted to their system at the expense of his comfort and was doing what they asked of him. Not only did he come off the bench, which was uncharted territory for him, he was also taking more 3s than 2s, which is something he never did. During his time with the Rockets, Melo was attempting 6.4 threes per game and only 5.7 2s per game, which shows that he was adapting to the Rockets system. After those 10 games, Melo was declared inactive until the Rockets could find a trade for him, which they did. In January 2019, the Rockets traded Melo in cash considerations to the Bulls in exchange for a second-round pick, and once again, Melo was immediately waived. In November 2019, after a year of being away from the NBA, Carmelo signed a non-guaranteed contract with the Portland Trail Blazers. For years, Damian Lillard had wanted Melo to come to the Blazers, and it never happened. But now the Blazers was Melo's last chance in the NBA, and he took advantage of this opportunity. With the Blazers, Melo got a starting job immediately and did what he is best at, score. Not only was Melo scoring, but he was doing it in the way he is most comfortable, which is in the mid-range. On the Blazers this season, Melo was shooting 3.9 threes a game and 9.7 2s per game. This season, Melo was averaging 15.3 points, shooting 42% from the field and 37% from 3, 6.3 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game. In Portland, Melo's role was as clear as soon as he joined. All he needed to do was provide consistent scoring as a third option behind Dame and CJ, which I believe he has done so far through this season. After an extended period of mediocrity in the NBA, Carmelo has found a niche for himself that can extend his career for many years and have him at least in the talk for a championship in some people's eyes. Carmelo is without a doubt one of the best scorers that the NBA has ever seen and a future Hall of Famer. Alright guys, if you stayed to the end, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.